Fiberglassing can be a real mystery to a lot of folks, and I've seen this next step turn into a real mess, sometimes a Viking funeral. So relax, take your time, work methodically, and it'll be perfect the first time. Here's how to do it. The hull is finished sanded and carefully cleaned off. Place the fiberglass in the middle and spread it over the length of the boat. Some builders want to start spreading glue right away, but one of the secrets is to spend a lot of time smoothing out the cloth. The fiberglass we use has fibers at 90 degrees to one another. The fibers won't stretch, but the woven fabric will stretch quite a lot at 45 degrees to the fibers, or on the bias, as boat builders say. So use your hands to smooth out the cloth, working at 45 degrees to the axis of the boat. Surprisingly, the fiberglass is stretchy enough that you can get it to conform to the bow by carefully smoothing it with your hands. The stern will need to be cut flush. We'll put a patch of fiberglass there later to reinforce it. With your smoothing done, trim the overhanging fiberglass, leaving about 2 to 3 inches hanging down all around. As with the fiberglass on the interior, we're going to use clear resin and hardener to wet out the fiberglass cloth. You might want to place plastic on the floor to catch drips. I prefer a clean squeegee for spreading out the epoxy. Begin by dumping a pool on the bottom right in the middle of the boat. The low viscosity epoxy we use at Chesapeake Lightcraft soaks right through the glass and into the wood. No need to pre-coat. Just gently smooth it out with a squeegee. You know you've got it properly filled when the glass is completely clear. The sides are trickier because the epoxy wants to run onto the floor. What I do is to build up the epoxy on the bottom, then draw it over the chine onto the side, like this. If you're careful, you'll keep the epoxy off the floor and off of you. The vertical sections at the bow and stern won't let you use the flowing trick, so I'm going to switch to a disposable brush. You're finished with the first coat when the fiberglass is perfectly clear, without gray or white spots. Watch out for bubbles. On this, the first coat, the weave of the cloth should still be prominent. If you bury the weave, you've put on too much epoxy and the fiberglass may float, creating a bump in the hull. CLC uses non-amine blushing epoxy, which means I can wait up to a few days to put the next coat on. If your epoxy blushes, you had better get the next coat on within about 8 hours. I'm going to knock off for the day. Okay, the epoxy is dried on the fiberglass. I'm going to zip off the overhanging fiberglass with a razor knife. While I've got some epoxy mixed up, I'll put a second coat on the entire interior using this thin nap roller and a disposable brush. Flip the boat over, then roll on another fill coat of epoxy on the exterior. Okay, enough fiberglass work for a while. We'll let this dry for 24 hours. And while you're waiting, you can also